Mike, first of all, we have to talk about the event coming up March 8th.
Jigs, we're finally working again. Well, I'm exhausted. You know what? It's going to be at Arlington Park Racetrack. It's March 8th. It's going to be $50 to get in. It's for the Roy David Deutsch Foundation. A portion of the proceeds go to for pediatric brain cancer. We're going to have Jimbo Covert, Steve McMichael. We got Eddie Olczyk. We got old score favorites like Mike Murphy, Freddie Hubner. Fritzy's going to be on the scene. We got other surprises. We got some videotape stuff, and we're going to do a show. We're going to do our show, and you're going to get a buffet. You get 2 drinks. It's going to be on pay-per-view the next day, up for about a month on these websites: Jigs, Daily Herald, Pro Football Weekly, Fox Sports Radio, the Big Ten Network, AM 560, WIND, and Vienna Beef. So, Jigs, we're gonna be running again for at least another month. You know?
Well, you know, the funny thing is, a lot of people ask you, say, well, what are you guys going to talk about? And I always tell people the same things we talked about all the years that we were together on the score.
Right. People go, when are you coming back? I go, hey, we're free agents. Our phone ain't broken. But you know what? Everything's going well. And my wife, Bibi, she's done an unbelievable job putting it together. Corey Torf, my partner in crime with the Lucky Dog Productions. And we got Howard Sudbury and the folks from the Arlington Park out there. And the Daily Herald's been our partner, so we're very, very happy. It's going to be a lot of fun.
One of the things that we're celebrating, too, is the 20th anniversary of starting sports radio here in Chicago with the Scores.
Those were the days.
670. That was back then. It was 1160 actually when we first started out, and then we moved to 820.
It was 820, 1160, and then we went to 670. And you know what? I heard they were going to do something, and I called you up. I said, you know what? I don't know if they're doing something or not. So let's do what we do.
Well, how many times do you get asked from people, what was your favorite moment on the score?
Well, I've been doing 20 of them to Daily Herald. You know, it's a funny, Jigs. You're in a lot of them. We were in the fire a lot together, and I would say the first day. Mayor Daley was our first guest, and he was green. I think he was elected like a couple of years before, and everybody was saying he's going to be a one-termer.
Yep, they sure were.
And he just got out now.
And the funny thing was, when we first started out, we didn't have any commercials. So if we had a 4-hour show, that's exactly what we did. 4 hours of radio, nonstop.
And you know, at the time they had the diaries where you filled them out to see how you were rated. We knew that was ridiculous. And then we got a 0 rating after 3 months. And I remember people going, they're not going to last 6 months. And 20 years later, the score's still there. So good for the score. And hey, we're still here. Good for us because a lot of people have fallen by the wayside.
There's no doubt about that. But you know, when you look at the sports scene and how much it's changed, and in particular the sports radio business, these are some of the things that we'll be talking about that night on March 8th.
Well, when we first started, cell phones, I mean, were very minimal. But computers, none.
I think that the one thing, though, that was unique about what we did was we took phone calls from listeners.
And that
really was the lifeblood of the radio.
First meeting we have, I don't know anybody. I'm sitting in there, and there's guys like Jesse Rogers, Mike Greenberg, who was a producer and reporter at the time, and now's bigger than life. You, me, a bunch of us, Danny McNeil. And I'll never forget Seth Mason going, we're not going to take phone calls. I went, you got to take phone calls. And you know what? Lo and behold, it just took a life of its own.
Well, Seth didn't want to take phone calls because he never wanted to take a phone call from anybody.
No, but you know, and Danny Lee is going to, we're trying to get Danny Lee to come, who was the original owner of the Score that put this all together. And it was just, you know what, a special time. And you know what, we're going to have a good time. It's going to be March 8th. And, you know, I'm trying to find the phone number, Jigs, but just go to arlingtonpark.com and the number, if you want to call to order, because they order them by computer. I looked at it, I go, what am I, in another hemisphere over here? So anyway, the number that you call is 847-385-7410.
Now, you know, a couple of things that happened while we were working together. One of the things was when Michael Jordan made the return to basketball, coming back from baseball. We heard about it before anyone else did.
Right.
And we will tell you on March 8th exactly how all of that came about.
Yeah, and we got stories.
Because it was, you know, speaking of taking phone calls, it was really interesting how that one came about.
Yeah, and you know what? We got plenty of memories from Jim Brown to Sammy Sosa, people that came into the studio, from Adam Sandler, you know,
and
people
David
like
Spade.
that. Dennis Leary, who was insane. I mean, we had so much fun. And you know what? We were the ones, I remember us taking criticism for talking about other things than sports. You turn on sports radio now, and I do it on XM and Fox. People talk about a lot of things now.
Absolutely.
Because sports is just a conduit to everything else that goes on.
It opens the door to everything else, all the other entertainment entities that are out there. There's no doubt about it.
You're looking good, Jigs. You ready? You look like you're in fighting shape, you know.
March 8th,
by the way,
be there. Be
how's
square.
the toupee? Is it all right? Just want to make
so
sure.
You got a little widow's peak, kind of like the coach.
You know, the coach came, I saw the coach, and my hair automatically turned into the coach's hair.
Well, there you go.
Exactly.
All right, I'll see
no
you.
perm.
We'll be there March 8th, buddy.
Thanks, James.
All right.
I'll talk to you.